The EFT technique is a formula. It's a simple formula. If you follow the basics, it'll work for most things. There are some subtleties to the process. I can teach you the process in about a half an hour. The reason we're going a little longer today is because there are some subtleties, and because I want you to get so familiar with the technique that these 14 different points you'll be tapping on will become just second nature to you. There's 4 stages to the process. If you look at your chart, step number 1 is called the setup. And when you do the setup, you're saying out loud, even though I have this headache, I deeply and completely accept myself. And you say it out loud 3 times, and while you're saying it out loud, you're going to be stimulating one of 2 places on the body. Either the place called the sore spot, that's illustrated down below above a breast, right up in this area. It's a lymphatic drainage point, and you either just massage this point while you say, even though I have this headache, I deeply and completely accept myself. Or you tap on the karate chop point, which is illustrated below that. It's located right below that crease, right on the outside. You can actually karate chop both of them together, or you can just hit one with the fingers, but I usually do both together. I will also mention what these points are in terms of the meridians for those who are interested. For most of you, you don't have to know what they are. They are described on your chart. The next thing we do after we've done the setup is we tap these points. Step 2. These points are the abbreviation for each one is the anatomical part. EB is eyebrow. And the eyebrow point is located right at the beginning of your eyebrow. It is bladder point number 2. Bladder 1 is where your tear duct is. Bladder is one of the longest meridians of the body. It goes up over the head, back and forth on the head, and back down the spine, all the way down to the outside of your little toe. But bladder 2, right on the eyebrow. The next one, SE, is side of the eye. It happens to be the gallbladder, for those who are interested in meridian. And it's located on the bony ridge of your eye. Why don't you just touch there so I can see if you all got it. Right on the bone, right where your eye, on the edge of your eye, yes. We usually tap with 2 fingers together, and we tap hard enough to wake up the point, not so hard as to bruise yourself. Okay? You want to stimulate the point. Okay? It doesn't matter which side. You can jump from one side to the other. You only need to do one side. You're welcome to do both sides. One side will do it. The next point is under the eye, UE, under eye. It's stomach meridian, also point number 2. And you tap here. Okay? If you press on your cheekbone, you'll feel a little indent. The points are often tender. Can you feel a little indent right on the cheekbone, right directly below the eye? That's where the point is. Often where the main points are, there's indents in the bone. Okay. The next point, UN, under nose, is the end of what is called the governor vessel, which runs from the perineum up the back and ends actually here or at the palate. And we tap there. The next point, it's the beginning of the Dumai channel, or the conception vessel. It runs from here, actually from the tongue, down to the perineum. The next point, and this is the one that may be the most challenging to find, is on your thing is called collarbone, CB, okay? And the collarbone point is kidney 27, the end of the kidney meridian. And it's located, if you trace your collarbone, under your collarbone, to where you hit the breastplate, and then back up a ½ inch to that little hollow beside the breastplate, and it might be a little more tender than the surrounding tissue. That's the kidney meridian. The next point is not on your chart. If you don't have a pen, borrow one. The next point is directly below the breast at the crease of the breast. If you're large-breasted, you'll have to slightly lift your breast or reach under it instead of tapping, just rub. It's located between the two ribs, and it again might be tender. It's a liver point. The order is not important. I will teach you one order from the top down. I do that simply because it's easier to remember. You can jump all around and do them every which way. It doesn't matter as long as you cover them all. Okay?
No, would that be both sides?
Either side. Either or both sides. Okay?
Directly under.
Usually it's where the crease of the breast is, right in the middle. And my ribs are wider there. Those two ribs tend to be slightly wider.
Is it tender?
If you find a tender spot, you've got it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Is it like the Chapman reflex points?
I don't know about the Chapman reflex points.
This one.
Oh, this is limb point, and I don't know much about it.
Yeah.
The next point is labeled UA for underarm, and it's the spleen, and it's located about a little over hand's width below your armpit, right on the very side of the ribs. If you poke around, you'll find a spot that's a little more sensitive than the surrounding tissue. If you do this, you'll usually get it. Okay? Chicken wings here. Okay? All right, that's the spleen point. The next point is the karate chop point, which is sometimes used in the beginning, but it's also included in here. Okay? Then there are some points on the fingers, and again, the labeling on them just refers to the finger, TH for thumb, index finger, etc. And where they are located is on the corner of the cuticle. If your cuticles were square, it'd be on the corner facing the midline of your body or facing the thumb side of your hand. Right in this corner. Okay? And you either tap on it, or I suggest just massaging the point. Okay? This is lungs. The next one on the index finger is large intestine. The next one on the middle finger is pericardium, or Chinese call it heart protector. We skip the ring finger because we're going to do that point next in a different way. And we go to the pinky, that's the heart meridian. And again, it's the inside corner of the cuticle. All right?
What is the karate point?
It's small intestine.
What was the little finger?
Little finger is heart. Heart meridian runs from your pinky to your armpit. Okay? So that is what you do for part 2, the sequence. You repeat the sequence one more time after we do the 9 gamut. Okay? Just take a look at the image of the hand there. Briefly read down the list of 9 things, and I'll go over them. Okay? We do the 9 gamut next.